This story was inspired from the book of Ephesians. In the quiet hills of a small village named Ahava, nestled between golden fields and flowing streams, lived a couple whose love became a living testimony of God's divine order. Elias, a humble carpenter, and Mira, a tender-hearted woman of prayer, had been married for over 20 years. Their home was not the largest, but it was filled with laughter, prayer, peace, and most of all, love. They gave thanks always, whether they had much or little, for everything, unto God the Father in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. When Elias came home each evening, his hands sore and calloused from labor, he would gently take Mira's hand, kiss her forehead, and thank God for the gift he gave him. Mira, in return, would serve him with joy, not out of obligation, but out of a heart submitted first to God, then to her husband, knowing that her service was unto the Lord. She didn't feel small or silenced. In Elias's love, she felt honored. In her reverence, Elias felt trusted. Their neighbors often wondered what made their love so unbreakable. One day, during a village gathering, a young couple approached them, faces marked by struggle. "Please," the young man said, "teach us how to love like you." Elias smiled and replied, "It begins with submission, not control, but surrender. I learned to love Mira the way Christ loved the church. Not just with words, but with sacrifice. He gave everything for his bride, and so must I," Mira added, "and I learned that submitting to Elias was not weakness, but strength. I trusted his love because I saw him kneel before God first. In that place, I found my rest, and our home found its peace." That day, something shifted in the hearts of the young couple. They knelt together on the earth and asked Elias and Mira to pray over them. And in that moment, love began to flow again, not just romantic love, but holy love, healing love, the kind that binds and mends and restores. As the years passed, Elias and Mira became known throughout the land as keepers of divine love. They reminded everyone they met that marriage is not a competition, but a covenant. That kindness is not weakness, but wisdom. That submission is not slavery, but sacred alignment. That love is not just a feeling, but a decision, daily made in reverence to God. One day, when Elias grew old and could no longer work with wood, Mira would read to him aloud from the Word. And every time she came to the verse, "So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies," Elias would smile, squeeze her hand, and whisper, "I did my best." And Mira, eyes filled with tears, would reply, "And I was honored to be yours." The legacy today, a small plaque still hangs over the doorway of their cottage in Ahava. It reads, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and be joined unto his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." Their story, rooted in kindness, reverence, and God's order, continues to change lives. Because true love is Christ.